This main one right here, that's really nice. That's much better. Guten Yardening, everybody. We're down here by our hay bale sweet potatoes because it's time to harvest. We already pulled sweet potatoes from one of our raised beds and the harvest was pretty good. The turnout was pretty good. But now we're going to come down here at our experimental area. We've never grown sweet potatoes in hay bales before, and we're going to see exactly how these turn out. But I need to show you what this setup looks like in order for you to fully understand what we did this year with these hay bales versus what we attempted to do last year with the containers underneath. So if you'll notice, the blue containers that we're using here are about 10 inches deep at their maximum depth. Now these are food safe blue plastic containers. These were actually used to hold vinegar prior to us getting a hold of them. So we have soil in them, I would say probably about 8 inches deep. Again, maximum depth. And this year we've placed a small square bale, and this is hay. I think straw or hay would work, but a small square bale directly inside. It fit perfectly. And we did that because last year when we attempted to grow sweet potatoes just in this blue container alone, it didn't work. Sweet potatoes need more depth than those little blue containers allow. So this year, by adding the additional hay bale on top, we've added about 18 inches more depth, potential depth for our sweet potatoes. So it'll be really interesting to see just how they perform having that additional depth and the soil underneath. We're gonna go ahead and get the tops cut off here, get all these vines removed. This is the twine that held our bale together. Now I did not cut this. It is just, well, there you go. You can see it has disintegrated where it's been consistently wet. Oh, look at this. All right, I'm off to the side. Here's our first sweet potato slip. I'm off to the side, but you can already see the oh, look at this. The decomposition is starting, and well, this is half a worm. Now I feel kind of bad, but I didn't break it apart. The reason we're not just pulling straight up is because we don't know the shape of these and how well they'll snap or how easily they might snap. But look here. I mean, the voles have clearly made their way in. All they've left of this sweet potato is an empty shell, the skin. It's actually kind of impressive. All right, let's see. Let's see what we have down in here. Move it apart gently. Okay. Move it apart gently and see what these sweet potatoes were able to do. Okay. Look at the teeth marks in this one. Also, on this first one that we're pulling out here, it clearly got some exposure to the sun. You can see it right here. We've got some greening on the surface, so that's not good. I'm also wondering, how misshapen this one is, and it was kind of at an angle in here. If that has something to do with the inability to move downward caused by using a first year bale of hay. All right, let's take a look at our second slip. The bale is really nice and loose now, but I'm wondering if that tightness early on with it is what created some of this size deficiency. These are nice. I mean, they're not big, but they're healthy. Looks like it didn't really take much of an opportunity to really bulb up. And we got a couple in here. This one looks like it's from a different plant, yes. All right, so we have a couple smaller ones in here. Stir-fry sweet potatoes. It's definitely simple to pull apart and get in here. This hay just comes right apart. So that's, oh, okay. I'm gonna be really gentle here, but this one, and I see some damage, but this one looks like there might actually be a little bit more in here. Okay, watch this. Look at this. Now, why weren't you like this everywhere else, huh? All right, we have a little bit of vole damage here and a little bit here, but this is what we would hope for. This one, oh, here, let me clear it off. This main one right here, that's really nice. That's much better. The results from our first bale, not exceptional, but fortunately for us, we still have another bale. So we'll see if the varieties that were planted here did any better. You never know. The voles got to it. So that's something, again, for next year, we're clearly going to have to address the vole issue regardless of the style, regardless of the planting style that we're using. Got to address that so we're not losing our crop. Let's see what the results turn out to be for this one. We've already had one nice harvest, actually two nice harvests. One from one of our containers, and the container ones are looking great. And so even if this one isn't exactly what we expect, we will still have plenty of sweet potatoes coming in. Oh. Thought I had them all loose and I did not. All right, see this splitting? This was a problem we had last year. So we tried not to overwater this year. It looks like we still have some splitting happening. So again, these are smaller. Ooh, this one's not. That's nice. Some of these are smaller. I'll rephrase myself. These are so thin that even if I'm being careful, they're popping apart. It really entangles itself in this hay. Okay. Can you see them? Are they too well hidden? Loosen it up in here. You can start to see a few of the nicer ones that we have right here. So this nice long one here. This one has, again, some of that vole damage. All right, let's see what, oops. All right. So again, they're so thin and long, they're just breaking off. So this one would have been together like so. You can see what I mean. Not really bulbed up at all, but thin. All right, so now you see the biggest concern we had and what we're seeing that is probably true, and that is that we needed to give these more nutrients, because right now what we have is just thin, long roots that have just started to bulb up a little bit. And realistically, if we had done a better job of packing this bale with nutrients early on, we probably would have seen different results. That's everything. 2 bales and these few sweet potatoes. Of course, some sweet potatoes is much better than no sweet potatoes, so I'm not going to complain. But I am going to say that there are some lessons we have to take from this. One, we got to give it more nutrients next year if we try this same method again. Have to give it more nutrients. We have to make sure the bale has spent some time outside and loosens up a little bit, because they also seem to have struggled somewhat in growing down and then growing out. So, a few lessons to learn. we'll still try some more of this, and as a bonus, all of this hay is now already decomposed or halfway decomposed in our Ruth Stout. So we're gonna have a ton of great Ruth Stout hay for next time around. Well, even though it was a little disappointing, we hope you enjoyed this video and learned something today. If so, please give us a like, leave us a comment, let us know if you've tried this before. And as always, remember to share and subscribe. And most importantly, when you're with us, you're good to grow.